Alright, what is going on, guys? SpitefulHopes back again, coming at you with the beginners choose a 6-star ticket guide. And this is mainly going to be for the newer players who honestly don't really know much about these characters and are questioning who they should summon for. Now, the selection, in my opinion, is pretty good. I know that a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, what are you talking about, Spite? Yo, 18 of the 25 of these characters are trash. Yes, this is true. But that also means that like 3 to 5 characters are actually pretty good and honestly, in my opinion, worth paying for. Now, it's funny because usually I would recommend you guys pick seasonal characters, but honestly, the strong ones are more premium pool. I'll go over the ones that I think that we should talk about. First and foremost, I would highly advise you to choose a character that you need for Chronicle Quest because I feel like that'll take you that'll propel you a bit further than normal. However, if you are brand new to the game, I would honestly advise choosing between these 3 characters: Hiyori, Eisen, and Toshiro, and Byakuya. Okay, these 4 characters. These characters are actually pretty good, and they still are usable to this day. I will definitely say that. However, I want to go over a couple of these characters. First and foremost, Ichigo. He is a bonus for Chronicle Quest. I forget if it's part 1 or part 2. He is an enhanced normal attack damage link of 25%, which means that he is going to increase your normal attack damage by more than normal. He does have a bruiser of 50%. He's not really that usable anymore because he's just riddled with a little too iffiness. He does have a 2500 length beam, shave, second strong attack, the breathe ability. This is the same one as Hikone, Kisuke, as well as like Tokinata. The third strong attack is going to be a standard full screen. So overall, not a horrible kit, but his nat string honestly just pushes back the enemies, and since he doesn't have flurry, he doesn't have guard break, he kind of just hits like a wet noodle. I'll be real true, unless you have like a gold chappy, you link slot him and have godlike links, which you'll probably have better in the future. He's not really worth investing too much into aside from the Chronicle Quest bonus. That being said, going into characters like Hiyori, I feel like Hiyori does it really, really well. She's a she has a normal attack damage of 20%. As her link, she has Flurry, she has Poise, Sprinter +1, weakened defense. The Flurry increases her normal attack hits by 1, so pretty much she has Frenzy, but for melee. I'm gonna say this for the beginners because, like I said, I want to explain this for newer players. Her nat string is pretty short with 375 as the radius on the normal attack damage string. Honestly, that's kind of standard, to be honest. 475, that is a lunge. Second strong attack is a plant vortex, which could be useful for newer players who don't kill like very, very quickly. And then her third strong attack is going to be the 975 radius AoE in front of you, which is really, really, really good for in terms of range. She has a PvE killer with Hollow Killer, which means that she's also good for guild quest. And honestly, she's actually not a bad character, and since she's epic raid bonus in, I believe, 3 to 4 epic raids, she's very, very, in my opinion, high value. Because NAD characters perform incredibly well when it comes to fighting against the boss that stays still. Next on the list, Bon Toshiro. Toshiro, in my opinion, is probably one of the better characters to choose. Damage inflicted at full stamina plus 25%. This will literally increase all your damage from your normal attacks, your strong attacks, your special move, and your penis. He does have Frenzy, Sprinter +1, Star Barrier +10. He's not really too crazy in PvP because everyone has Pierce Barrier now, so it's kind of like eh. Debilitator +5 seconds with freeze on everything except for his second. His second does have a 40-second cooldown, which I feel holds him back quite a bit. His strong attack 3 is a full screen third, and then his first strong attack is a 2500 length beam. Overall, not a bad character, considering that the full damage inflicted at full stamina honestly just scales with his SP and scales with his strong attack damage, which is really, really good. I would personally run him with like strong attack recharge because the damage inflicted at full stamina, if you can keep that, you'll be dealing a good bit of damage. You'll be dealing a lot of damage, I'll be real true. Like he's overall just a good character. Next on the list, Eisen. Now, this character is definitely showing his age. He is from 2018, which is kind of crazy. I pulled it up. He does have weaken on all of his attacks. He's useful in Tower of Ordeals if you're still stuck on that and not going towards Path of Valor for floor 20. And then you also have Frenzy, Freeze Immunity, Spinner +1. He does have a Hollow Killer, And going into his kit, he has a 2500 length beam, which is really, really good. Full screen third strong attack, and then his second strong attack is a crawling vortex. I feel like the crawling vortex holds him back just a little bit, but that doesn't mean he's bad. Like, honestly, he still has a very, very good kit with the beam and then the full screen third. Like, honestly, I feel like he definitely holds up even to this day, thanks to K-Lab implementing the Transcendence function. Last but not least, I do want to talk about this Byakuya because this Byakuya is actually really good. He does have Frenzy, Long Reach plus 20%, and Bruiser 20%, which in my opinion are kind of throwaway abilities for his normal attack string. Devastation 40%, and Sprinter plus 1. Debilitator plus 5 seconds with paralysis on everything. One thing to note about this character is that his attacks are actually pretty good. He has a standard lunge for his first strong attack, full screen third strong attack, and then his second strong attack is actually going to be one of those shockwave style abilities. Max hits 48 if you're right up on the enemy. If you're playing co-op, the enemy bosses cannot be pushed back. So if you get right up onto a boss and you use that second strong attack, you will shred him down to size. The magnifications on it are 160%, but it does have max 48 hits. But keep in mind that this would normally push enemies back in single player content. He is bonus in a couple epic raids, and the bonuses and the times he's bonus is he's really, really good because that second strong attack, you can get up on right onto the boss and just shred him to death. For those that are familiar with 1000 Year Blood War Shunsui, you know exactly that second strong attack. Very, very, very good overall. Just good value. In my opinion, this beginner's ticket is actually pretty good value. I give it a lot of like. I could crap on it, but the fact of the matter is, if you already have like Ichigo, Toshiro, Hiyori, Eisen, and the Ikaku, these are Chronicle Quest bonus characters, the Ichigo and the Ikaku, and then the rest of them are seasonals, which is pretty good considering that these characters you're not going to get normally, even if you're summoning on characters individuals or end of the month and mid-month, which nowadays they're actually putting seasonal banners. The fact of the matter is, some of these characters are going to be pretty rare. Also, one thing you can do is, if you ever need orbs, you can just straight up hold the ticket. Like, one thing that I personally like doing is, if I have a character 3-5 and another character 3-5, like say I had Hiyori and Toshiro 3 out of 5, right? And I want to wait for one of them to get 4 out of 5, because then I can just, like, I'm trying to get a perfect example. Perfect example was the last ticket that I purchased, where it was a selector. I had the option between Chad and Kenpachi. My Chad was 3 out of 5. My Kenpachi was 3 out of 5. Later on that month, I decided to hold on to my ticket. I didn't use it. Later on that month, I pulled another Kenpachi. I used that ticket, the selector I had, to pick up another Kenpachi, so that that same Kenpachi could now go to 5 out of 5, and I could transcend him with his last transcendence slot, because that would be significantly stronger than just picking Chad and having 2 characters 4 out of 5. I hope that makes some sense, but transcendence and getting a character 5/5 is really, 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 really strong. So my recommendation is, if you don't actually need any of these characters and you want to wait until a character is 4/5, just pick up the ticket. The worst thing that could happen is you accidentally click the wrong thing, which that would suck. But I will say this: $4 in a game that you're spending several hours, if not dozens, hundreds, thousands of hours of your life playing, not a bad deal to secure your account. Keep in mind that if, God forbid, you lose your account, or K-Lab loses your account for you, which has happened to some of my friends, being able to pull up a receipt and show proof of purchase and proof that this account that you purchased something on is yours can go a long, long way in terms of helping customer support acknowledge that you are indeed the owner of the account, because you're not supposed to be trading accounts to begin with, correct? But I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope this video was able to be informative in order to get you guys to choose someone who, in your opinion, is valuable to you. A lot of these characters are pretty good. I do like the Grimmjow. White Ichigo is kind of crap. Soifun, she's okay. I actually think Soifun's okay. But like Byakuya, the Parasol Eisen, the Red Eisen, the Hiyori, the Toshiro, the Bond Ichigo, like all these characters are not shabby. Like I'll give credit where credit's due. They could have done a lot worse. They could have done a lot worse. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. I do have a 50% subscriber rate, so if y'all can hit that subscribe button, you know, please. But either way, hit that notification bell if you want to stay up to date with all my content. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.